Today I'm here with Jeremy Rhodes, one of the co-owners of Content Club Chicago. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
I am loving it. I am having a great day. I'm glad to meet you. Glad to have you in our studio.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for having us here, man. It's a really nice spot in a very nice area of Chicago, man. Can you talk a little bit more about the location of Content Club?
So we are in Wicker Park, which is, and biasly saying, one of the cooler parts of Chicago. It's on the western, downtown area, and great food, great, mom and pop stores, but also like a real vibrant culture here. If you walk, 10 minutes that way, like down that street, you'll find a 80-foot or something like that mural of Robin Williams, the actor,
Oh
just on the
yeah.
side of a building. If you walk that way, you'll have some of the about 2 blocks. You'll have some of the greatest cheeseburgers you'll ever have, and I know you're going to have deep dish soon. So I
Yeah.
don't worry, Chicagoans. I told him to get Pequods. Tell me in the comments if I'm right or wrong. I know I'm right, but
Yeah, man. He put me on game. Look, he got us informed, man. I like that. So, how did you get started in this content space or in this industry itself?
so our founder Ben Lala he's a real estate agent leading one of the best teams in Chicago for real estate. I got a job doing videography through social media listings through him, and we were just doing great. We were, providing video for social media, for listings, for all of our agents. A huge team for real estate. But honestly, we got to the point where the office we were doing it, we kind of outgrew it. Like we wanted to have a video studio. What I did was this entire setup you see right here. This was all manufactured on one mobile cart. All the cameras, all the lights. I'd have to roll into the conference room and roll back out. It was crazy. It was awesome, but we needed something ourselves. So he comes to me one morning. I'll never forget because I actually slept in. I thought he was going to call me to fire me, but no, he was like, "Hey, you guys want to start a business?" I was like, "Let's do it." So a few months later, he showed us this space. This wall wasn't here behind us. We made a soundproof wall, made soundproof ceilings, curtains, and we shared a equal dream. Him and I wanted to make a comfortable space where people can press the easy button for content marketing, for video content marketing, and get their video content marketing out in the world. So we don't just stop when we stop recording here. We make sure to bring it all the way to post production with our editors. We do planning on the back end with our creative director, Joe. And we make sure that the client gets the experience they need. We did the math. Do you know that it can take up to 18 to 20 hours a week to produce an entire video for your social media for your month?
Wow.
That's a crazy amount of time. We
Yeah.
wanted to break that down to 1 hour. And that's what we think we can do here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I feel like you guys are doing a great job over here at Content Club Chicago. And one of the aspects or one of the things that you really focused on too that we were talking about was making the guests feel comfortable in front of the camera and underneath the lights. So can you talk a little bit more about, I guess, that ideology and kind of where that came from?
It started like way back when I started my career in media, I was a radio board operator, DJ. And I remember vividly one of my first clients that came in to record a commercial for a car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
Big burly guy, easily could squat 1,000 pounds. Looks like he has to walk sideways through a door. Real jacked up guy. And I was thinking, okay, he'll be easy. He's going to talk about his cars. We're going to have a nice day. I'm going to edit. Be on our way. Once he sat down and he saw the radio mic in front of him, tears just started weighing down. I'm like, this is a macho man. This is a Hercules type, and he's almost in tears like a baby. Now, no shame in that. But I was like, there's a major problem. I truly believe this. I had a mentor teach me recognition is 75% of the way to the solution.
Yeah.
I recognize right then and there, we as professionals in media need to make a comfortable space for our clients, or we're letting them down. I want to give comfortability. I believe as long as my clients are comfortable, that battle is over and that war is won.
Speaking of clients and just speaking of comfortability, how do you kind of balance that creative freedom between understanding and following what the client wants to do versus making sure you bring your artistic eye to the situation and kind of help guide the client in what path or direction that they should go down when they're filming their content?
So our creative director, Joe Hordorowitz, has a great saying that I love. Um, Production will live and die in pre-production.
Mm.
So if you don't plan ahead of time, if you don't like have the vision shared amongst the team, it's going to really hurt the back end. It's going to hurt production and it's going to hurt the editing of post-production. So our creative director, Joe, he'll sit down, he'll try and talk to you. He'll build a game plan before we even sit down in front of the cameras. So you know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's going to be delivered. You know what creative things we need to change or improve upon that we can customize to your needs. And, that takes away another level of stress too.
Right.
You have someone on your back before the cameras even come on.
What would you say are some trends that you're seeing emerge in the content space today?
I would say one thing that we really reflected on is right here, right now, the podcast setup. It shows a level of dedication to your brand. It shows a level of professionalism. There's nothing wrong with getting your phone out and, shooting in front of your handheld and going from there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we see that everywhere. When you see podcast mics, when you see backlights, what we have right here, when you see, comfortable seating, you see that, hey, the person trying to give you a message is putting in the work.
Yeah.
And if that's being shown, I'm taking that person seriously. So that's a huge trend I'm seeing is like these podcast setup studios.
Yeah, this is a super dope setup too, man. I mean,
Thank
where
you.
did some of the ideas from this come from? Like, where did you guys pull the inspiration from?
We have to take a lot from our, podcast we see today. This is also a dual setup. Like we don't see this right now, but there's a table on the other side, and this light above us can easily be turned around within 10 seconds, ready for another shoot on the other side of the thing. We have to make sure that it's taking from the most popular podcasts of the day and imitating what they do. Like right now, we're in the comfortable setup. We're very much, taking from the past talk show setting to now a comfortable one-on-one infotainment setting. But if we go to the table and we can have 4 mics up there, people are talking to each other as in like a closed panel. So you have to keep your pulse on the zeitgeist of media, but also keep it open to creative suggestions. So like if you wanted different backdrops and different options that customize to your need, we need to be able to cater for that.
Yeah. Something that was cool that I appreciated when I first got in here, the backlighting, you know what I mean? That was a cool touch to it where you guys could change the color, go from orange to blue.
And that's just
That
the
was
tip of
dope.
the iceberg.
Yeah.
We want to be able that within 5 minutes of you showing up and you had a change of mind being like, no, I want this, and this changed. I want to be able to look like I'm, in a Soho house, with grill backdrops and everything with light up floral planning. We want to be able to customize that for you in a snap.
What's one piece of advice you would give to someone looking to break into the content creation space?
Get over yourself. And what I mean by that is some days you're not going to want to film. Some days you're not going to want to come over, but you're standing in your own way. Get over yourself, get past yourself being in your own roadblock. Show up, shoot, and then shine. We all have those days, but it's those who have those days and move forward because it's the second step in a journey that's most important. That first step can be done. I want to be a content creator. That's your first step. The most important step after that is the second one. You got to show up. Good, bad days, doesn't matter.
That's great advice, man. It's great advice and it's easier said than done, man. That
Oh, yeah.
consistency part plays a big piece in any success story.
I think I hate Wednesday mornings the most, getting out of bed, because it's right tag in the middle.
Yeah.
I got basically 3 more days. I would rather it be Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But if I have the dream that pushes me to get out of bed on Wednesday morning, that's a dream to hold on to. We have this one life. Why waste it on not following our dreams? I come from the South, from Louisiana. And there's a big tradition of, oral storytelling. My dad is a fantastic storyteller, and my brothers and sister are too. It's just something innate. I think that is a evolutionary trait passed down from ancient times. You know,
Yeah.
those who sat around the initial campfires and we were ancient human beings telling stories, whatever gene that was, passed down to certain people in media. And I believe I have that and you have that. That's why we're still telling stories. That's why we're still delivering our truths, delivering our message. It is innate to ourselves as human beings. And if you deny that, perfectly fine. Free country, freedom of your life, do whatever. If you deny that, I feel like you're setting yourself up for a sad life.
How can individuals that would like to work with Content Club Chicago get in touch with your team or get in touch with you? What can they do to reach out and get involved?
So if you want to work with Content Club, you can reach out to us via our website, contentclubchicago.com. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Content Club Chicago, pretty easy to find. You'll find a familiar setting like this in the videos. You're in the right place. But reach out. You know, our goal is to make sure your story is told. If you don't think you have a voice, you are absolutely wrong. You have a voice to tell, and we want to be the ones helping you tell it.
Absolutely. Jeremy, thank you so much for your time today, man.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for your hospitality, welcoming us into this super dope studio, man. I can't wait for everyone to see this content.
And welcome to our city.
Yeah,
You're going to have
man.
a good time here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chicago. It's lit.